Long time no see. Sorry I haven't posted in a while. Things have been really busy. For one, I started a nursery business / landscaping business, but I'm not doing any landscaping, and I'm doing a little bit of nursery work, propagating and seeds. But the other big news is that we're buying 8 acres in Carrier, Mississippi, and I'm super excited about that. But until we move out there, I'm going to continue this channel and continue taking care of this food forest and updating y'all on the progress of these trees and other plants, so that it can help you if you're doing something like this. I love this area. It hurts to leave, but I'll just feel safer with more land and somewhere a little more inland, away from hurricanes. But anyway, I hope y'all enjoy the video, and I'll be making an update soon to show you the land that we're getting out in Mississippi. So I hope you like that too. So here's the food forest in December. We had a freeze down to 31, and that was about 3 weeks ago maybe. But a lot of things are still growing like it's summer. These pears, the mulberry, they lost their leaves initially, and then they have a new spurt of growth going. So the peaches are asleep, red buds going to sleep, plums, nectarines are asleep, except for this one. This is Sun Gold, and it's fully awake. It even had a flower on it a few weeks ago. The comfrey's doing good here. The roselle is about done. It's completely done. I've collected tons of seed. Pomegranate's going to sleep. The pigeon pea got hit pretty hard by the cold, but still going strong. Starting to get some aphids on it. Pawpaw, barely awake, but still awake. Got an artichoke finally coming up that I planted in the spring. It's finally starting to get some size to it. All the other ones didn't make it. Let's see, we'll continue down the rows. This red bud went to sleep, and then I had pruned it and it sent out some new growth. The apples are still awake. The sweet bay is still awake. The bananas got hit hard in the cold and then are already sending out new leaves. They think it's summer again. The feijoa starting to get some yellowing, maybe gonna lose some leaves here. Is that scale? I'm not sure what that is. It's got it on a couple of the leaves here. I'll have to look into that. Oh, there's a little beetle. Maybe he's the culprit. So this was a mulberry cutting from that mulberry over there. This is the top of that tree. Oh, it's got a little hornet on it. Maybe some kind of wasp. Little guy. Anyway, this thing's still fully awake. Moving on up to the side of the house. The Tsuruga persimmon has been losing its leaves the past few days. They were green about 2 weeks ago, but it is going to bed for the winter. All of these native flowers are just about done. I collected a ton of aster and goldenrod seed and even some bone set, and I'm going to get some from these other asters that are the shorter and usually like purplish variety. I have a few spots where those are coming up. I finally figured out what this little thing is that's all over my yard and I love. It's a skull cap. Don't remember the exact species. Scutellaria regens or something. I'm not sure exactly. but it's a skullcap, and I love it. It's beautiful. It's native. It does kind of take over. You can see it all along the swales. It's here. It's over there. It's here. It's all of this. So it's really pretty. It has beautiful little flowers, and I like it. So it's going to stay. The sweet potatoes started to come back from the roots, and then those frosts came and really knocked them back, but they're still hanging on in some spots. We'll move on to the back. That's basically everything in the front. So here in the back, all my cuttings and young trees that I haven't put in the ground yet are doing really good. The roses are steady blooming. Daylily seedlings are doing great. I cut all the tomatoes back before that freeze, except this one. I cut it most of the way back. This is Napa Chardonnay, and look at it. It's growing like crazy. So lesson learned, I'm not going to cut my tomatoes back just because it says it's going to get 31 degrees. I'll see how they do, and if they die, they die. If not, I'll keep having tomatoes. Like, I don't know why I thought, oh, let me go ahead and clean this up since they're all going to die anyway, and then this one's perfectly fine. So next year that won't happen. The chickens have been digging up this area, and there's a big dog on the other side that actually got a hold of one of them. It lost all of its tail feathers except one, so they're pretty stupid because they're trying to dig over to this dog, and I'm having to put defense. This is where it got out, I think, before I've covered up the area. And anyway, our chickens are suicidal. Look at this. They've dug up the area around the mayhaw entirely. Like, I can't really tell the depth of it, but it's a couple inches down. Gonna have to maybe start to limit their area because they're becoming a little bit of nuisances to the plants and themselves. Let's go show you Dixie over here. Oh, just one feather left. That big dog almost got you. You are so lucky that the owner stopped it. We're still getting eggs every day. There hasn't been a slowdown yet, despite the cold weather. This is 2 days worth, so we usually get 3 a day. Some days we get 2 a day, so there's 5 in there. They've already laid this morning, and I forgot to get them yesterday. So there was a lot of damage to my yard. They dug up all of these areas for fiber optic installation, and then over here they dug up directly in my creek bed, threw all the gravel over here, replaced it with mud. You'll love this. Over here, this was my waterfall, and they dug out this huge area over there to put that box in the ground and put all of the dirt directly on top of my waterfall. Like, they could have put it right there, or right here, or right there, or over there, but they put it directly on top of my waterfall and buried it. So I've been digging out rocks. They buried that massive 200, 300 pound one. Pretty pissed about it, but trying to not be too angry. Guess they have easements that allow them to do whatever the F they want. But it's pretty unfortunate because this area was gorgeous. I had some nice wildlife habitat over there that they destroyed. But anyway, we're moving to the country soon, and I won't have to deal with any of that. Just have to deal with deer and wild pigs instead. So the chickens love this area that I've left them, and they dig it up like crazy. These collards are 2 years old. They grew all last year, and I harvested from them all last year, and then they went to seed, and I left them. after I collected seed, and then they kept growing, and the chickens have basically uprooted them in a lot of areas, but they're still like so healthy, and this thyme is doing okay as well. On this side I've got broadleaf mustard. We've already harvested from that once, and it's been yummy. This is the Virginia pepperweed I've talked about a lot. I mentioned on my Instagram, but not YouTube, it also has a really long root that you can use like horseradish. It's super spicy. Comfrey, this pomegranate's going to sleep. Strawberries, think it's spring or something. Sending out tons of runners. Blackberries. Figs. That one needs maybe one more day. It needs to make a J shape, and when it loses the turgid pressure here, it'll droop down fully, and it won't release latex when I pull it off, and that's how you know it's right. But it probably won't be very good because it's a Breda crop, the second crop. Here's that Goomy, Sweet Scarlet. The holy basil's finally dying back for the year. The massive holy basil. My little satsuma that's been hanging on. I harvested lemongrass and then covered it up for the freeze, and it's growing back through all the wood chips I covered it up with. Dug out the Ruellia after they destroyed this area because it's pretty invasive, and it's not native, and it was starting to take over already, and I didn't want it, so I dug that out. My mom wanted it, so she has it now over at my brother's. So anyway, here's some of that destruction. They've just left giant pits all through my yard, really, but look at this, to install this box here, and then just cut through, and this box has been like this the whole time we've lived here. They've never made it look nice or fixed it. It's been like that. Pretty awesome. We've called them so many times. So anyway, enough negative stuff. Here's some positive stuff. More positive stuff. Compost pile's doing good. All my little winter seeds are starting to come up. I seeded very heavily, just casting things. We've been getting radishes. We've been getting carrots. So, ooh, the bigger one's stuck in there too. Let me get that one out if I can. Another nice size one. We're finally getting supermarket carrots. This basil's dying back. The parsley, that again I just cast seeds in here, going crazy. This cabbage was the bottom of a cabbage from the store that I stuck in the ground in the spring, and it's hopefully going to make a head. I don't really know, but if not, we'll have a bunch of nice cabbage leaves. This is a little bell pepper still hanging on. Muscadine's going to sleep. Brussels sprouts, I'm not sure. I never grew them before, but I planted them last January, and they made a few sprouts and then died back for most of the summer, and now it's doing this. I don't know, probably I'll just leave it, see what it does. Whoa, okay. So just discovered these mushrooms over here. These look like stinkhorns. They form a little egg before they erupt out of the crease there, so that's pretty gnarly looking. We had another one pop up just over there. I think I see it over there on the ground. Anyway, Swiss chard, planted tons of brassicas and winter seeds in here, really heavily. Seeded some areas because things weren't coming up, and more mustards in here. I just wanted a lot of food, so I dug into my winter seeds. Okay, that's not the mushroom. Where was it? I guess it's gone. It's been a few days. maybe a week. Anyway, got lots of stuff growing right now. Got big plans for the future when we move to the property that we're looking at, and this channel might end at that time, but it'll be probably years before we can actually move out there. But for now, I'll be planning out the property and may make a new channel to document that. So to close up, here's some chickens. We may have to rename you One Feather. I'm sure they'll grow back. They're already starting to see little pins in there. But that was a really scary time. We couldn't find the other ones. They were hiding under the rose bushes over there. And we thought they were all dead because there were so many feathers on the ground. And we were just so happy to find out that everyone was relatively unharmed. Anyway, thank y'all so much for watching. I hope you like and subscribe if you haven't, and I hope y'all have a wonderful week. Whoa.
Little carrots.
Little carrots. Okay.
Little baby tiny carrots. So many.
Alright, how about the purple one now?
Yes, I was hoping I could do this one soon. Whoa, 3!
Let me see it.
1, 2,
Whoa.
3 carrots I got.
Those are some big ones. What you doing?